Guys, what's good? It's your girl Nye back at you with another video, and today we're going to talk about your issues, your addictions. So I want you to get some pen and paper, and you're going to sit down and you're going to write down at the top what your addictions are. Just write down one at a time. You're going to work on one at a time, because then you won't feel overwhelmed, overburdened, and you end up going in a spiral again. So you're going to write down your addictions up here. And before you get started, though, I'd like you to put on like a frequency or some kind of subliminal that you can listen to that actually matches the theme of the work that you're going to be doing, which is shadow work. So you can listen to like cleansing frequencies, emotional cleansing, you can listen to protection frequencies even. You can listen to remove negative attachments, stuff like that. Okay, subliminal flushes are good to listen to at this time. Put your addiction down on paper, and your addiction is going to be the plant. That's what's on the surface of your earth. Okay, so the addiction is the plant. We're going to find where is this addiction coming from. So you're going to ask yourself, why do you have this addiction? That why is going to take you to the seed. So that's that seed that germinated into that plant, the addiction, right? However, the seed has roots. It's feeding on something down below. So you're going to ask yourself, beyond that seed, why do you have that why? So for example, let's say John. Let's say John is a smoker, and his addiction is smoking naturally. So why is he smoking? John hates his job. Hates it. Why does he hate that job? Well, he doesn't feel like he's paid enough. Why is it that John is in that job and he doesn't feel that he's being paid enough? Well, what he wanted to do as a child, as a teenager, maybe he never got the encouragement to do it, or he didn't feel confident enough to do it because it didn't pay well. Okay, so something like that. Maybe he feels like it's not going to pay him, or something like that. Why does he feel that it's not going to pay him? Then that's the real question there. It's going to take you further down. So it's going to start uncovering stuff like stuff that people said to him as a kid, as a teen, and it's going to start surfacing some emotions that may make you feel queasy, nauseous, your head, you just feel weird. And I encourage you at this time, if you can't do this on your own, it's not going to always happen. But some people trauma is deep. It goes deep. So they can't do this on their own. They have to do this with someone else, because it's going to be too much for them to uncover. So he's going to start remembering everything. Then the people that hurt him, that said some stuff about his abilities, maybe, you can't do that, you're not good enough, this and that, and that, and that. And then underneath that, no, you're going to ask yourself, if you can actually get through that stage, you're going to ask yourself, why do you think this happened? And then you're going to get to the place where maybe you feel at this point, well, you just, you were treated badly and this and that, and maybe you really weren't good enough. Then you're going to ask yourself, why do you feel that you weren't good enough? Hold on, listen, I know it will sound like you're going in a circle. It's not. You're going to ask yourself, why do you feel that you're not good enough? And then you're going to go back to, and then you're going to realize from there, there's going to be a separation between you and that person that made you feel bad. And you're going to be able to separate that, oh, this person said this, and this is what you felt, but then this person said this. So what happened is that their opinion became yours. Somewhere along your life, someone else's opinions were merged with it became your belief. That's what I want you to recognize. When you establish that, I want you to separate from that and then start doing this exercise. If you were your own friend, brother, sister, mother, auntie, uncle, how would you view yourself? and pretend that you don't know yourself, but as a person looking in. And if you can stand in front of the mirror and look, and you're going to start, just be very raw and vulnerable and deep with yourself. And you're going to start asking yourself these questions. How would I treat myself if I were my mother? How would I treat myself if I were my father? And I want you to take account of what you do, how you would act. And if every time when you put yourself in someone else's shoes towards yourself, if every time when you put yourself behind someone else's eyes and you're doing positive things to yourself, then you're not the issue. Then I want you to start taking that into account and living life the way that you used to live. When you used to live with the eyes of love and have a clean, clear, open, pure heart. But this time, what I want you to do differently is to establish when someone tries to make their opinions your own. When someone tries to project onto you, I want you to start practicing using your voice and being like, hey, no, I do not accept that. That's not something. So basically, you're practicing healthy boundaries. You're practicing to speak up for yourself. So do you see how far addictions can take you? So I want you guys to do this exercise. Tell me how it works for you. This is something that I've tried, and it has been effective for me. It does take more than one try to get to the root of it. But when you finally get to the root of it, you'll find somewhere along the line, you're just living this life, and then when you turn around, you're like, wait, I'm thinking different, I'm acting different, I feel more confident, I feel clearer and freer within myself. You'll be unburdening yourself from everything, or most things that are not of you, because life is a journey and we're still all growing, learning, and healing as we go along. Well, I assume so. Some people are still not in a place where they want to heal. They're still stagnant because that's the life that they choose. Anyway, getting beyond there, what I want you to do when it comes down to addictions now, identify the effects that addiction has on you. What kind of high did it give you? Like, for example, if you used to drink alcohol, maybe it took your mind off of certain things. It made you feel more at ease, relaxed. What I want you to do is search for activities that substitutes for that effect. Okay? And I want you to try to fill up your day with activities that make you feel at ease. That is productive, it's constructive, but it makes you feel at ease, at peace, happy, calm, clear. Now, if you're not accustomed to this, it's going to feel very boring. But if that is the mentality that you have for it, that it feels very boring, then you got a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work to do. Okay? That means that you've gotten so caught up in toxicity that when something is actually benefiting you, it pushes you away, which is a dangerous place to be. If someone sees that you're thirsty and you're dehydrated, blackout on the road, and they're trying to give you water, but all you're doing is spitting it out and saying that you want sugar water, sugar, you want rum instead or something, you want candies, and they're going to see something is fundamentally wrong. So that means you got to do a lot of self-checks. So this doesn't mean that you should start looking at yourself to say, hey, bully yourself. No. Because whenever you're doing this kind of work, you do need to have compassion, love, and understanding for yourself. Okay? That being said, when you do this kind of work, don't approach yourself as if, oh, something is wrong with me. Something is off. But fundamentally, that thing that's wrong, that's affecting you, I should have said, it wasn't always that way. There must have been a time in your life where that was not happening. And I want you to kind of backtrack, track down the roots, and see if you can reverse that. Repair it with something that is more healing, more fulfilling, more fruitful. See if you can shed that away and replace it with something that is more uplifting and beneficial for you. It could be eating different fruits, different teas, drinking teas. It could be a meditative practice. It could be you learning Tai Chi, Taekwondo. It could be you learning different things, okay? You could be, practicing to sing or something. Find something that makes you feel the same way that that addiction makes you feel, okay? Now, when it comes on to like other types of addictions, getting a hit off of cocaine, etc., you got to use your discernment on what exactly it is that gives you that kind of vibe. I don't try those stuff, so I don't know how it's gonna make you feel, what's the pleasure you get from it. But if you can find something, I would suppose something like bungee jumping, or what you call that thing where you jump out of the airplane on, like, I don't remember what you, skydiving. Yes, if something like that seems like it would be synonymous to the same effect that you'd have, the same adrenaline pump that usually someone who's on those kind of powders would experience. So find you some recreational activities that fill your day, that gives you that same kind of high, but it's healthy for you. That's what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. Goodbye.